Hi guys, welcome to our channels.
I'm Kaviana.
And I'm Leah. In today's video, we're gonna show you how we did these beautiful makeup routines. How would you describe our makeup today?
I think it is a casual date night or a girls' night out. You know, something that can transition easily throughout the day, but that you feel comfortable in and not like you're putting on this face for show. Like, this is who you are.
And it's also Valentine's Day, so we're having a lovely day together. We already did our skincare routines, which you can watch in this
Sunday
video.
morning. It's so good. Like, this has been so fun.
Yes, so fun. And now we're moving on to our makeup routine, so let's go. We've already done our brows off camera because we had to focus
Lock
so
in.
much. Yes. We're gonna move on. We're gonna move on. English, ESL. We're gonna move on to the rest of our makeup routines with you guys. I do my eyes first, and then I do my face.
Like concealer or like eyeshadow?
I do my full eye look, and then I do my base.
No, I do like my concealer for my face, and then I do my full base before eyes.
Interesting, I love that. We have a different approach.
I love the Haus Labs concealer. I think this is called their Triclone, but I'll definitely link it down below. This stuff is so smooth. Everyone that I've ever recommended it to is like, it just stays on and it doesn't crease under the eyes. It's the only one I found. But what concealer do you use?
I have the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. I've loved this concealer for a few years now, but I've heard amazing things of the Haus Labs one, and I definitely want to try it, but I haven't just yet. I like to put concealer on my eyes because I do have some pigmentation on my eyes.
And then do you go with a concealer that is lighter, or are you going with one that is close in tone?
Close in tone slash a little lighter, maybe I would say. I'd say it's close in tone. I don't think it's like super bright.
Yeah. After my concealer, I like to underpaint a little bit because I find that when it comes to foundation, if I am wearing too much foundation, I just don't like a cakey look. I love a really natural look, and so that's what we're going for. The Rare Beauty blushes, top tier, insane, as well as I love the Patrick Tall Duo blushes. I get the Oh She's Different.
I have it too.
Ooh, is it the same?
No, I have the very pink one.
I remember I tried to buy like a different color because I was like, oh, I want a deep berry for the winter time, and I just ended up buying the same blush twice. So, oh, you can see like our color palettes and tones. Yes.
Mine is used and abused.
My old one was, and I broke it, and instead of fixing it, since I already had another one, I was like, you know what, it is what it is. Directly underneath my eyes, I like to go in with a light blush. That helps with that blushing from the inside look.
Ooh, I'm gonna watch you do this because I'm gonna copy.
I use like 6 blushes, girl, so like get ready.
Yeah, I'm ready. You don't wear foundation on a daily basis too, right?
No, I'm a skincare girl, which by the way, check out our skincare video if you want to see how we got this glowy radiance already for the base. But I'm just big on skincare. I'll do concealer daily to look alive.
And bronzer and blush, but not foundation. But today we're gonna do foundation because we both have new foundations that we want to play with.
Right now, this is the Hope from Rare Beauty. This is a super mini one that I got from an event with them. These blushes go a very long way. Also the nail. Don't even talk about it. So I'm going to literally go directly under my eye. This is why I like to underpaint, because if you accidentally, and I'm not flicking y'all off, but if you accidentally do too much, you're about to put powder and concealer on top of it anyway, so it literally does not matter. But I'm literally going under my eye. Like,
wow.
I just want to look warm. It looks crazy right now, but I promise you, this is going to look very natural once I put the foundation and everything on. I always put the blush on the back of my hand, at least for Rare Beauty, because this stuff is pigmented, and so you just don't want to do too much. You can kind of already see that like I look like I was out in the sun versus looking like I put blush on. So
question, would you do this with any blush type, or do you specifically pick this like shade? Like would you do it with a berry blush as well?
ooh. So, and you'll see more about my blush technique, but I only do directly under the eye with the blush that might be considered a little too light normally for me, because
so maybe I can do it with this one.
yes, because like I'm layering my blushes, and so I think berry right under the eye
Might be too much.
it might be, unless you're going for like a baby doll Bambi look, but it definitely is exaggerated. Like this will still look natural with my base, whereas a deep berry is like you're trying to do something editorial, and I just think most people don't go outside like that. So
okay, I'm gonna try it. I have this tiny little palette by Natasha Denona, a mini eye sculpt cool tone palette. No, you know what? I borrowed from Kate these two Armani eye tints. I love the matte brown shade, so I'm gonna play around with this as well. I walked into this video wanting to do my everyday routine, but I'm gonna experiment. We're gonna play. I'm gonna try this technique and I'm gonna play with these.
right, but I also feel like that's a part of getting ready. Like
yes,
when you're getting ready, it's like, ooh, let me see this, let me see that, and so this is just really fun. But you can see it's already like radiant, fun. It's summer, beautiful. Spring is coming. And so the next thing that I am going to do is go in with, this is a contour for me, but I actually think they call this a bronzer, a bronze balm. This is from Merit. You will notice that a lot of the brands that I have are kind of that clean girl, clean beauty, even though clean beauty is such a
marketing term.
Right. So, but clean beauty tends to be more natural looking and dewy. And so once again, underpainting, we have not gotten to foundation yet for me. I am just going to put this on my cheekbones. I don't put any under here. I would love to, because I would love to look snatched. Personally, I find that I just look dirty. Like maybe I'm not that good at blending, but it always just looks like a dirty line right here.
That happens to me too, especially if like it becomes like a line. It just looks like a line. Yeah.
And then if I blend it out too much, it looks like dirt. So we just keep it right here. I'm okay. I naturally have an extremely round face shape. I've accepted it. I just have feminine features, y'all, which is kind of hard because nowadays, you know, like the sharp chiseled look is in, but my husband makes me feel confident and he's like, well, you look like a woman and I love that you're a woman. That's what we work with. But let's go ahead and blend that out. This bullet brush, it's from Real Techniques. It's dirty, but that's okay. It's their bubble blending brush. I use this for everything. Like I actually have one brush for my whole entire face. Unless it's foundation or like, I guess blush, but like this, I can, if I were traveling, I could use just one brush and it would be this one. It does everything.
What I've done is I cut my crease ever so slightly in a very natural way. I do this every time I do my eye makeup. I will always do a light brown cut crease. And now I'm gonna start layering the brown shades. I'm thinking of doing like a smoky everyday brown eye. So I'm gonna try to keep it everyday looking, like it's not gonna be too dark, too dramatic, but I love a brown smoky eye. And look how pretty this shade is. And I haven't even put the darker one yet, but I really like it.
And it looks like it could naturally be like your eye.
Yes,
like,
right, that's what I'm going for.
Because I thought it was until you saw
the
Also heads up on these eye tints.
Yeah.
They dry fast, so just be very mindful that if you are working with them, they're natural, they're beautiful, they blend out nice, but do not let them sit. And while filming, that can be a little bit hard because like we want to talk you through, but they are a great product.
Yeah, they're awesome. And with these nails, it's a little hard because I would like to use my fingers to blend them out, but it's a little tough with the nails, but I think it's still looking good.
Now moving into foundation, we are gonna do the Armani Luminous Silk. We went to an event, we got these. It's just best to show you what it looks like on like 2 different skin tones. And I have, I would say normal to dry skin, but you have like...
I would say normal to oily. I get oily in my T-zone, but I also think I'm dehydrated. I have this weird mixture because every time I go see, I do like a facial, they tell me it's dehydrated and I can feel it. Like sometimes I feel tight even though it's oily. So I learned that you can totally be oily and dehydrated at the same time.
I think that's actually common because when you have oily skin, oftentimes people will like avoid putting things that are too hydrated.
Like I don't No, I put so much hydration, as you will see in our previous video that we did together, which was our morning routine. I put a lot of moisturizer, I put a lot of hydrating products. Just is what it is.
Skin. So yeah, you'll see how it sits. I know that I was glistening and glowing, but that's because of my skincare products, not because of my natural skin's radiance. If you don't want to use this though, because this is new, this is not like my go-to, I do, and ooh, this is dirty, girl. Let me clean it first.
I'm like panicking here in the background because it's my first time using this and I put too much, but makeup is such a work in progress. Like you can look really scary until the very last moment, and then you do your eyelashes and your lip and all of a sudden it looks perfect.
It's like trust the process.
Yeah.
Until you put on mascara, it's not. You don't even know. The other thing that I use for a base is the Tula Skincare Skin Tint. This is my go-to any season. I am a girl that does not change her foundation based on the season, and I should, because I'm very different skin colors in the winter versus summer, but we just changed the concealer. And so you can always make something work. But in the Tula Skin Tint, even though you're not seeing me wear this today, I might do another video. I am color 22, but this is more of my summer shade. And then in the Armani, I am 9.1, and this is color matched perfectly, so that's amazing.
I also use the back of my hand as a palette for all of my skincare products that are not powders, and I'm putting a little bit of the shadow on the back of my hand and I'm taking it with this brush. It's a flat brush. Earlier I used this silicone sponge on the bottom, but now I'm gonna use the flat side, and I like to grab the flat side and go in upward motions. That gives you like a really nice blurred out effect, but these eye tints really do dry out quickly, so you have to work quick.
Oh, you do your little wing with your shadow.
I do my wing with my shadow.
I've always seen it and I'm like, it just looks so natural. I assumed you were like smoking out a wing, like with like the actual liner. But
no, I owe it all to this Anastasia Beverly Hills brow brush. It is so precise, and I've had this one for years. I think I got it in 2019. I think I might need a new one soon, but I do love this brush. I do only the outer part, just like a little light wing on the outer part of the eye. I think that makes it a lot more natural.
I'm gonna try that soon because Valentine's is coming up and I've been wanting a wing because it really does help to like snatch your face a little bit, but I suck at them. Also guys, I'm moving slow, so we'll see how this blends out. But you can see I just put little dots around my chin for the foundation. I am not someone that puts a lot. That's also why underpainting is good, because you can kind of work around the makeup you've already placed, which is how it will look more natural. And I only go very lightly over the blush. Like I don't want to disturb it too much, but just blending it like into my face more.
Nice.
And then up by here, I just use the excess that's on the brush. I am not somebody that likes to put foundation all over my forehead because it just can look a little bit dry. You can see that the base is already looking very natural, radiance you could say. But I'm still gonna go in with more blush, and it's gonna look a little scary before it looks okay, but our powder at the end is really going to dull some of that pigment, so I'd rather go a little heavier than lighter, because also while you're out during the day, if it's hot, which it's been crazy hot in California recently, your natural oils will break up the product a little bit. And I have not worn setting spray in so long, which I need to. I just have not gotten some, but I find that if you're not gonna wear setting spray and it's a really hot day, it also is nice to go just like a little bit heavier on some products.
I'm just gonna use the lightest shade in the Natasha Denona palette and highlight my inner corner. I like to do that with highlighter or with like a light shade like this.
I see. I'm gonna go in with my Patrick Ta, and we're gonna start building out my blush for that like ombre radiance. And so kind of in the where your pupil is, but down by like mid nose is where I will start.
Okay, wait, I'm taking notes.
To blend this out. This is the second color. I like to do 3 colors with my blush, typically, sometimes 4 to 6. We just keep going. We just keep going till it feels right. And you will see how that has added another natural pigment.
I'm gonna do foundation first. I'm gonna use the Armani Luminous Silk. Mine is in the color 2, which I think is on the lighter side. Right now I'm also very pale, so it will work just fine. And I did bring my bronzer, so I'm gonna bronze it up. It did say to shake it really well before using. I'm also gonna apply the primer. It's so nice and so glowy. I'm gonna do 2 pumps.
While she is doing that, I'm going to go in with my third blush. This is Beloved by Rare Beauty. This is the darkest blush that will be going into this whole process. This completes that beautiful faded look. And this is the one that just kind of goes on this outer part of my cheek. I don't even like to blend it upward too much. I just try to keep it as much as possible on this part of my cheek.
I like to put my foundation with my finger. I dab it all over my face and then I go in with the beauty blender. Then I always take my beauty blender and use whatever's left on my cheek, because you know how the beauty blender, the first time you introduce it to the foundation, it kind of soaks it all in. So I would rather it soak this in. That way I put it on my neck, whatever is left. That way my neck doesn't have like too much product. And then the rest goes on my face.
I'm finally going to do my eyeshadow. I don't actually put any concealer or primer on my eyes. If I'm wearing a colorful look, sure, but I always go with the color that's almost the exact same as my eyelid shade, and I find that my skincare is enough of a primer. And so this is the NARS Cool Crush. I remember I got this like in a Patricia Bright collaboration and I loved it. I'm going in with this like warm brown shade. And then afterwards, I'm gonna go in with probably like this champagne in the inner corner because I love a little bit of shine to help bring that glow out.
And I am going to start bronzing up. I'm gonna use the Chanel Les Beige. I like to use a flat brush like this. I'm pretty sure this is a foundation brush. Put it on my hand, as always. The proper term is prime the brush. I'm gonna prime the brush. Now you'll see that when I start putting it on my skin, it deposits like very little product, keeps it really natural. If you just put directly from the pan on your skin, it could also remove some of your foundation. Once you start blending, this way is really nice, and even blending it with the beauty blender is even nicer. And whatever's left on my brush, I will put right here. Like Kay said earlier, sometimes when you put it on your jaw, it tends to look like not nice and like a streak or like looks dirty. So I think that when you have very little left on your brush and you kind of blend it in, it's a little bit better.
You can see that it's very natural, but there's just a little bit of shine in that inner corner. And I actually used a pink shine.
I'm also gonna use the same brush, but the arch on the top, and add a little bit of the bronzer and contour my nose. I like how the arch just goes directly from my eye, from the beginning of my brow and on my nose. I feel like it really helps the contour. And I also like to add a little bit on the top of my lips and on the bottom for a little bit of shading, makes them look juicy.
I used to try to contour my nose, and looking back at those pictures, I was like, I hate it. I do want to learn how to, because not to change like the nose shape or make it sharper. I just think foundation, you kind of lose
you get a little bit of flatness. Yeah.
But every time I've tried, I don't love it. What I do love to do though, and I'm just not gonna get the palette, is sometimes I will add just like a little bit right here into that inner corner of the eye to add more of like a snatched look. But this is every day, so we're not doing that. I'm about to go in with the One Size powder. I used to hate this stuff, I'm not gonna lie. I thought it was so dry. And then I realized a lot of what you do with makeup is the application, not necessarily the product. I think people get lost in the sauce when it comes to like, well, this is the best product ever. But if you know how to do techniques, you're gonna be okay. I start, let's tap this off too. That's another thing. I don't bake, especially not with this powder. And I find that your makeup looks more natural when you don't bake, at least on my skin type. And so I start at the bottom of the nose and I just press it in, and then we go underneath the eye. And that just helps to mattify a little bit, take away some of that shine. It looks really natural and there's no creasing. So you can see this side that's a little more shiny versus this side that's more polished, but you're still able to get some of that radiance coming through.
That looks really good.
Thank you. You can always touch up your powder, but the moment that you put too much of this, I find that like it just can look dry.
I'm gonna mix in these two. This one is Patrick Ta, she's a doll, and this one's Armani Beauty Silk Cheek Tint in 53. This one is very well loved. I put my blush really high on my cheeks, like I do this, very little on the apples. Okay. I'm doing Kay's application technique and I really like it. I don't know if it's really showing on camera, but I have a lot of blush under my eyes and it looks so cute.
Oh, it's so flushed and pretty.
I'm just blushing.
Now my final bit of blush, I'm going in with the Tower 28 Feliz Fresca. And like, this is what I mean by like, your girl just loves a good blush. I wish that I had a blush brush that was a little less compact because I always have to be so light-handed with this. But
this is the one I would recommend.
Yeah, like it's fluffier. But
this
I'm going
Sephora
to.
79. Sorry to interrupt.
Okay, no, you're good. I will try that out. And you see how like it's a lot, but just give me a second and we will dim that down.
And I'm gonna do concealer
underneath your eyes. Okay. I'm going to go in with my hands, which is kind of hard with powder blush, which is why I wish I had a fluffier brush, but this still helps to diffuse some of that color, because the biggest thing is I want to just look blushed. Like, that is my goal. If you don't like to wear foundation, I probably would have stopped before this step, but I did say like date night, Valentine's, this is what I'm going for. And so you can see close up now that after diffusing that, it just looks like I'm naturally blushing, I think.
It looks beautiful. It looks so natural.
I'm just gonna go in with mascara and lip gloss to finish up.
And I'm gonna powder using the Huda Beauty powder.
I've been wanting to try their birthday one because it's like a pink powder.
I've seen that it's new, right?
Or I think they have like a ube one. But this is the Armani Beauty mascara. I've really liked it. I feel like it helps to separate my lashes, but typically I am a telescopic and the like super dark black color, that's my go-to.
I'm gonna use the Beauty Puff for the first time. Kay gave me one of hers to try. I've never used them.
Just be a little more light-handed.
Do you, like, should I
think you should tap some of that off. I think when you use a brush, it like fluffs away. Yeah. Whereas with this, it's pushing it onto your skin.
Yeah,
so
you're so right.
It's gotta be a little more.
Ooh, I love it.
That looks good.
Yeah, and like we said earlier, I'm more on the oily side. I always reapply powder like around here on my forehead. And I think this, because it's pushing it in, might not need to do that as often.
I probably look crazy. Nobody ever looks good putting on mascara.
You look beautiful. I'm gonna move into my powdered bronzer and blush really quickly. This one is so broken, but I love it. It's the Marc Jacobs one. Light tapping, kind of blending everything together. For powdered blush, I'm gonna use this one by Dior. It's the 001 in pink.
For my lips, I use any brown lip liner. This one, like, I got at like the hair store. And then the Fenty Beauty Today.
Ooh, that color.
Yes, we're gonna go with Fuchsia Flex. It has like these beautiful shimmers in it. One thing I will say about this lip gloss though is that the shimmer kind of goes away after a little while. Like, it's not that bright all day, so you do have to reapply it if you want to keep it shimmery, but the pink does last.
I'm doing my lashes now, a little bit of curl, and the mascara that I use is the brown one by L'Oreal. This one, it's brown and it is by L'Oreal, and it's lovely for every day. I've stopped wearing black
mascara.
Yeah, only for like special occasions, but this one I really enjoy for daily. Have you tried brown mascara?
I have, but I think that unless my hair is brown, it just really does not pop on my skin tone. I've also done like the clear mascara when I just wanted my lashes to look longer, and I actually find that that's a little, makes more sense for me if like I just want a little more length. After lining my lips, which I know that some people have used purple liner with this and it's beautiful.
Ooh, purple liner with that would be so nice. This is how my eyes turned out. I really love the eyeshadow pods. I'm gonna get myself some as soon as I get home. This is the look. It's elevated, but it's not overdone. It's like, it still looks natural to me at least. I'm gonna use this pencil by NL Beauty. It's a Bulgarian brand from a celebrity. 05, this shade is so good, so I am gonna use that. I love this Prequel lip gloss. It has SPF and it just gives the lips such a nice shine, so I'm gonna use those two right now. This is my favorite lip gloss. Like, look at this.
Gorgeous.
So shiny, not sticky whatsoever. Okay, I think we're done. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you go and subscribe to both of our channels. Leave us a nice comment and a like, and we will see you in our next videos.
Yes, and also don't forget, I'm gonna link it over here. You will be able to see our base and skincare if you're wondering how we even started and got to this step. So see you next time. Don't forget to like, subscribe. Love you guys.
Bye.